Okay, so today is Sunday. It's the 2nd of August. So let's go, shall we? Sunday and the moon is in Pisces. It's void of course at 8:33 in the morning. And it's going to enter Aries at 4:37 in the evening. Now, it's time to wrap up last month's business, right? July's business, before the moon enters Aries, because this is where we're at, right? Pay no attention to that void of course moon. Old friends could appear out of nowhere asking for a favor that you unconsciously prepared for. Now the cradle is rocking, that whole cradle thing that we have going from Pluto to Neptune to Uranus to Jupiter to the Sun. Sun and Jupiter starting to separate from that, so the cradle's starting to break up just a little bit, but we still have that mini creative grand trine, so we're in the last of that. So now, our actions and reactions are part of a web of connected instances. Now, more than ever, you will need to find the right mix of self-confidence and mentorship. You will need to immediately pay forward considerations that you receive in turn. And this will lead us into further abundance because it's going to come from within, right? We bring it in from within, we amplify the energy, it goes out, and then it's amplified back to us. That's how it's supposed to work. That's how it has to work. Now, as all this takes place below the surface, it's going to take place below the surface, so it's inside. It's not really on the outside today, but it's happening internally because we still have Mercury in Cancer having that conversation, that dialogue, that inner dialogue with ourselves as we go deeper and we start to discover where this is coming from in the spiritual place where it's coming from as well. So do not let the roadblocks you encounter stop your progress. Use discernment. Use your discernment when you're navigating these challenges. And today's keyword is persona. There's a persona thing in here where we're trying to figure out what it is that we're representing and how we're doing, okay? And the color is a lapis lazuli worry stone. A little bit of blue, a little bit of gray. We're getting there, right? Now, Leo season is compelling us to step up. But the issue seems to be more confusion in what we want. Okay, and that's because of that. We talked about something, so we had an opportunity to reset that yesterday, and this has to be ongoing. In other words, just yesterday is not enough to reset what it is that we want and how we want to achieve it. We have to have that as an ongoing thing as we're moving forward and having little checks, little milestones along the way that we can check with and make sure that we're paying attention to what it is we really need and not what we're desiring or wanting in some kind of crazy fashion, right? Now, what is it that is driving you? Ask yourself that. Because Mars, Venus, and the Black Moon Lilith are all in a T-square that sit outside of the cradle. Now, we addressed this the other day, the actual T-square between Mars, Venus, and Black Moon Lilith, but we did not talk about the position outside of the cradle. Now, outside of the cradle, that cradle holds us and protects us, right? If these desires are outside of that cradle, that is not in keeping with the creative energy that's we're enveloped in, and we're interested in advancing. And quite honestly, it's not where we're not discovering, right? Because Jupiter is the ruler of Pisces, where the moon is at, and the sun happens to be in Leo, still conjunct with Jupiter. So we are going deep inside to find all that stuff, and that's what we really have to be doing. Now, now we're dampening our desire. This is what the outside of the cradle is going to do, right? We're dampening our desire for money, comfort, carnal love, and flashy objects, and we're replacing it with a more nourishing kind of love built on shared ideals, a passion for creativity, and the ability to communicate exactly this. In turn, this is going to prepare us for stepping further into the spotlight and will mutually expand the personas of those involved in complementary ways. So it's not an adversarial relationship, but it's a complementary relationship where we're bringing people in closer to us to help us in ways that's going to make us do better, and also make them better at what they're doing to try to help us. Complementary, right? In other words, it's going to be mutually beneficial. And there's that name, right? There's that word. And this in turns, okay, mutually expand. That's the mutual part of it, right? Have faith in yourself and approach the day with a little bit of swagger. It's okay. It's Leo season. You're going to swagger a little bit. Now, don't start anything new. Doesn't apply to the void, of course, moon in Pisces, because it's Jupiter ruled, right? Told you what that list was. Sagittarius, Jupiter, and then the signs the moon's exalted in, Cancer, and Taurus. Now, that's when you can just ignore that stipulation about void, of course, moons, because you can start new things then. It's where the moon's comfortable. It's where Jupiter's actually helping. Now, the moon, okay, so Jupiter ruled any work started, action taken, or physical activity could be well received and may just yield the desired result. The moon in Pisces could lead some people to also, the downside of it, feel disillusioned. So be careful around drugs and alcohol today. You should not be you should not be avoiding anything. In other words, don't avoid things. You want to talk, you want to take the responsibility for it and bring it on, right? That disillusionment or the trying to escape it, the escapist behaviors are not the proper way to react to today. To react to today. Now, be careful. Okay, so we already said be careful around the drugs. So instead, we're embracing opportunities that are going to come your way, even in the face of self-doubt. Use every tool at your disposal to try to achieve a superior outcome. Now, use your intuition to tell you if this is meant to be. Now, let's take care of this for a second. Got a little gap here. Okay, that's fine. I feel like I have shit crawling on my head. Oh, that's a Neptune thing. Oh, man. Ooh, that's an intuition thing. Okay. So, felt like I had something on me. That's my intuition working, right? That's the Neptune things that are working and making things go crazy, sensory things and all that stuff. Let's take that out of there. The energy shifts from Pisces to Aries right around 4:37 p.m. Well, exactly at 4:37 p.m. So take a hard look at what it is that you are trying to bring about. Your personal energy is being sent out into the world. Make sure that when somebody traces your influence back to you, that your landing pages and the things that point to you are sufficiently representative of your persona. That way you can separate them from the other people, right? Your persona. This is going to be hard to do and keep track of, and not everyone is going to be able to do this. So this energy is going to be very, very different. It's a different feel to it. It's something that we're really working from within. So if you're not comfortable in that spot, this is going to feel like strange information, alien information. But if you're comfortable in your own skin and working from within you, you're going to be able to feel how this is coming up. And to some, it's going to feel daunting, but it's better than we're better off to be following our own muse, our own inner muse, to be able to expand in ways that's going to bring things back to us, right? We're going to have to put things out in order to receive the messages inside. So now, all we can really do, think about this. Some people are not going to be able to do this the first time around. That's okay, because today is difficult. It's a difficult energy to work with. You have to really be working with it and know it. In other words, to be able to to have it go out there the proper way, right? To be able to manifest things the proper way. All we can really do is just keep trying. And honestly, that's really all you can do. So, in 1909, the U.S. issues the first Lincoln penny, featuring the portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front and wheat stalks on the reverse. I wanted to say sheaves of wheat, but sheaves of wheat. And our birth is Pierre Charles L'Enfant. He's born in 1754, and he died in 1825. He's the French-born American architect who laid out that street pattern for Washington, D.C. It's been copied around the world. In Brasilia, there's a couple states that have the same kind of layout as well. And that is all I have for you. So, some interesting energy to work with today. Not going to say it's going to be easy, but I'm not going to say it's impossible either. Our color is a lapis lazuli worry stone, very Jupiter color, and the keyword is persona. Your persona is what matters. Today is a 5. Happy astrocatting.